So for those new to the channel, my name is Brennan Robideau. I'm the director of an upcoming documentary called Born to Fly about the now world record holder in the pole vault, Mondo Duplantis.
When Mondo was young, I could tell that he had a lot of talent for the event.
People on my team still come up to me like, wait, dude, your brother's like world record holder.
Welcome to the Mondo vlog, where we talk everything Mondo, because
Mondo Duplantis just jumped 19.4 and a quarter.
And I saw a high schooler show up in the New York Times.
It's been a documentary I've been working on for nearly 5 years now, and that's what I'll be talking about in this video. If you want to find out more information, you can check out the Instagram page. I post some behind the scenes stuff from there, and as the film kind of comes to a close with the Olympics approaching, I'll be posting quite a bit more. So now, in creating Born to Fly, the majority of what I've been doing is the cinema verite style of documentary filmmaking, right? Capturing life as it happens. However, one of the things that's really been missing from the film as of thus far has been a real kind of deep dive into the beauty of his jump, the technicality of his jump, and the difficulty that it takes to do something like this. And so that meant that I needed to film it in slow motion. Now, of course, most of the film has been done with my FS7. Been having it now for almost 5 years, and it works incredibly well. I think even still today, it's one of the best cameras, certainly for documentary filmmaking, that there is. You can pick them up for quite cheaper than what I bought it for a few years back. But the only problem now with the FS7 is that it only shoots 180 frames per second at 1080p. Now, it's quite good quality, still at 1080, but for me, wanting to future-proof it a little bit more, I decided that I needed to try something else. Now, in an ideal world, I would have something like a Phantom Flex. I don't have access to that right now. 1,000 frames would be ideal, but it's not what I have. So if not the FS7, my other option that's kind of the closest would be the A7S, being that the A7S Mark III can shoot 120 frames per second at 4K. So it's not 180, but it is in 4K, and it gives me that extra resolution. Now, there's been a shot that I've been trying to create for quite a long time, or something that's just been visualizing in my head with Mondo, and that is kind of a jib crane shot, something that can start very low on the track and then follow up with him as he completes his jump. I had an idea, and that's what I wanted to show you today. Now, I'm filming on the A7S now, so just imagine that it is the A7S on this gimbal. This is the DJI RS2, but my idea was, well, I have an old monopod laying around, and it has a 3/8 screw at the top. I don't think focus is going to switch, but it has a 3/8 screw at the top, but it's kind of a double. You push it down and then a 1/4 pops out of it. So the idea was, could I mount the gimbal onto this monopod and then extend it really far out? You know, I think this thing can go up to close to, let's see, this is right at about probably almost 5 feet. It could be up to 6 feet. Extend it far out, and then me get on a ladder. And so the theory would be that if I'm 8 or 10 feet up on a ladder, I could, pointing downward, get, you know, just about 3 or 4 feet off the ground, and then as he jumps, lift it all the way up and get to something like 15 or 16 feet off the ground. And I ran some tests in my backyard just to see how it would work, and I was pleasantly surprised with the results. It looks ridiculous, but this resulting shot was quite incredible. Now, of course, the problem then arises that I don't have as much control over the actual movement of the camera on the gimbal as I would like. The RS2 comes with, if you get the Pro Combo, comes with the Raven Eye technology, basically allowing you to control a couple of the things in the camera from your phone, but also allows you to control the movement of the camera independently from the gimbal itself from your phone. You can connect to it, and you can enable what's called force motion, meaning if I click it, if I move my phone, and I'm getting the image, of course, of what's being filmed from the camera here, so whoever controls it can then choose the angle. No matter how smooth you can get with this thing, it's not like a fluid head or remote head. And so if you're on the end of a gimbal, or if you're on the end of my makeshift jib and you want it to feel like it's a remote head controlling it, we had to get creative. The DJI RS2 comes with a little cell phone mount, right? And at the bottom is just a cold shoe, but it also has a 1/4 hole at the bottom. So I thought, well, what if I was controlling the gimbal and I held the monopod, and a friend of mine came, we mounted this to a nice fluid head tripod, We then connected the phone to this and then enabled Force Mobile. But instead of doing it via your hand or even with like a cage or something to make it smoother, we just had him operate the tripod. So he would effectively just be sitting there with a fluid head and kind of giving a bit of a remote head look. Now what's important is that if you're going to try this, you need to set the gimbal to not respond at all. As I said before, right now, if I pan, it will pan with me. So you have to go into the settings and change it from PF mode to custom mode. And then you want to turn off all axes. So it won't tilt, it won't pan, it won't do anything. So now no matter what I do, right, roll, nothing's gonna happen. I have no control of the actual camera. I'm only controlling the gimbal. When all comes together, there's potential here. Now here is the beauty and the irony of filming yourself. I set up what I thought was a beautiful shot to film a little behind the scenes of us doing this. We did a test as Mondo ran down the runway and it turned out pretty good, but I thought it would look just a little bit better if I moved the ladder further back. And of course, I am out of the shot now. Essentially, I am on the ladder operating just the movement of the gimbal. And my friend Brandon here is helping me, and he is controlling only the position of the camera. So let's take a look. Anyway, thank you for watching. I do plan on releasing more behind the scenes of kind of how I'm making this film in the independent fashion that I've been doing it. Please keep following along, the Instagram, the Facebook page, and of course this YouTube channel. I will constantly update any developments that are happening, especially any potential release dates. So thanks for watching. I appreciate it.